What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about the Gladiator circuit meta that is arriving today, which is going to have Fuel the Fire, which basically means whenever the opponent gets a Fury effect, they become passively unstoppable for 5 seconds, and if they already have an unstoppable effect, they become passively unblockable for 5 seconds. So Chief Champions trigger a lot of Furies, it is a problem. However, if you punch the defender's special attack, you get a grid passive for 10 seconds, which basically counters this node for the most part. And then each time the attacker throws the same special, the defender gains a passive Fury granting 50% attack, and if you land a heavy, you remove one of those Furies. So basically, you don't really want to throw the same special attack in a row. That is the problem. Now, let's look out for some defenders here, some great defenders in this meta. So I do have some wrote down here. So Weapon X, if I can find him, he's going to be so broken because whenever he goes berserk, every time you hit him, he gets a passive Fury. And remember, it is also passives. It says Fury effect. So every time you hit him when he's berserk, he's going to go passively unstoppable, and he's going to be, of course, passively unblockable. So if you get this guy to berserk, you need to counter his unstoppable. If you don't, you're gonna have a very, very bad time. This guy's like punishing as well. Like, you're not gonna have a fun time at all. Then we have right here, obviously, Serpent is going to be a good defender. He benefits a little bit from this meta because he starts with a Fury. He's a Fury buff. So basically, the first 5 seconds of the fight, he's going to be unstoppable. It's not that big of a deal, but it makes him like a little annoying if you don't remember that's gonna happen. Now, someone that's not really considered a defender in this meta, they are going to be Titania. If she hits your block, she can get those Fury passives, and if she gets those Fury passives, she goes unstoppable. Now, this is a science class, which is very easy to use like a skill champion for like slow, but it's still something to keep in mind because she can definitely like slow you down or even mess you up at some point. Now, someone that's honestly going to be a nightmare to fight, it is the OG version of Hulk. Sorry, I can't find him. There we go. So as you can see, this guy has a chance to get Fury passives every time you hit him, and the lower the health, the higher the chance. So every time he gets those, he's gonna go unstoppable, and if he gets another one, he's gonna go unblockable. So yeah, again, you need some champions with slow, as you can see in this meta. Now, some other ones that are going to be I guess maybe easier in this meta, you can say, are Deathless Thanos. Deathless Thanos, if I can find him again, Deathless Thanos gets Furies on the special one. So if you bait special ones, he's gonna go unstoppable. But the thing about Deathless Thanos, it's very easy to punch that special one. So as long as you punch the special one, you actually counter the unstoppable from the node and from his kit. So if you know that you get that grid passive by punching the opponent's special, you are actually gonna have a better time against Deathless Thanos. Now, there's another champion that is not really considered a defender, but in this meta, there's something tricky about Crossbones. So, with the special one, he gets Furies. So that means he's gonna go unstoppable. Now, you would think it's very easy to punch this guy's special one to get the grid, but when I tried this in a friendly, you have to be very quick for it to count as a punish. I don't know why, but if you try to do it late, even if he's still performing his special, if he's doing that idle, it still doesn't give you the grid. So you need to be fast, unless it was a bug and now it's fixed. Crossbones might be the GOAT. Now, there's another champion that is so funny, and I feel like he's going to be insane. Aegon, bro. Every time you hit this guy, where does it say? Does it say here? I don't even know. Yeah, when attacked, 100% chance to get a Fury buff and gain an additional for every 50, so that doesn't matter. So it means that if you hit the first hit you do against Aegon, he goes unstoppable. So this is tricky because he's a skill champion. So slow does not work. If you bring the science, slow isn't gonna work. So you need to bring a skill or a mutant. There's not many mutants with slow. I believe there's only Danny with the special one and Toad with the special 2, which is not good enough because you need it immediately. So the only one I can think of for Aegon is Shang-Chi with that first medium. But dude, I can imagine this guy being a problem, I'm not gonna lie. And then moving on to another nightmare in this meta. I'm talking like maybe even the best defender, Medusa, bro. Like, she's constantly getting Furies. Every 3 seconds she gets one. And then the thing about buffed Medusa, she never has 0 Furies. She has 3 Furies, so she hits like a truck if you mess up. And she's gonna start with the unstoppable, and then 3 hits after she's gonna go unblockable, refresh the unblockable. Like, god, dude, you need like a Valkyrie for this one, or like, again, that same Aegon fight. Those two seem to be like very, very difficult. Now, there is also Photon. Photon gets passive Furies when she goes in pure light form. She could mess you up. I don't think she's going to be that big of a deal because, again, you can punish both specials. But I feel like I should mention the champions that get some Furies. And then there is also Furies. There's, of course, Nick Fury. I think this guy is going to be a pain. I can't find him. Where is he? There he is. So he gets those Furies, you know, every time he goes over 20 charges. I believe he is going to be a bit tricky, especially on the second life where he gets like double the charges. So yeah, he could definitely be tricky and catch you with that unblockable, you know, fully unblockable special one. Prowler here. Prowler is like, he gets those Furies every time you throw a special, and then for the remaining power you have, he gets like some Furies. And or sorry, I think it's like some charges, and then he consumes those charges for the special too to turn them into Furies. And this guy, you know, you can't really punish his specials unless you have like a grid passive from Thanos, or like you bypass season miss. So he definitely can be a staller. He is gonna get the unstoppable. You can't really punch the special, so yeah, I don't think he's gonna kill you because he doesn't get too many Furies, but he is going to be a staller in my opinion. Now there's actually someone that's interesting, and that is from the Cosmic class, Nova. So Nova starts a fight with a Fury, I believe. And then if he's above 75 charges, he gets a Fury buff. So if he does like a lot of dash back and dash forward, he's gonna get to those 75 charges. And if he does, it could be tricky fighting like an unstoppable Nova if you don't notice it. He kind of like punishes you pretty hard if you mess up. And if he goes unblockable at some point, he could be a problem. Like, I consider him a tricky defender, and I was thinking of taking my Nova to rank 2. Now, there's also another Cosmic from the Cosmic class. I said Cosmic from the Cosmic class, yeah. So this is Cersei. Now, if she throws a special 2 and she's close to you, she gets Fury buffs. Now, the thing about Cersei, I don't think she can trigger multiple, so she's not really going to go unblockable, but you can't really punish the specials from Cersei, so you can't really get the grid passive, which means for champions that you have no way to punish their specials, because like you literally can't for Cersei, you can't get the grid passive, which means you can't throw the same special attacks in a row, because if you do, they are going to get a Fury, which means they're going to go unstoppable. And if they go unstoppable mid special while you don't have the grid, yeah, you know what's going to happen. So again, champions that you can't really punish their specials are really interesting in this meta. And then there's also a champion with a Fury here. It's Dragoman. He gets a Fury in the special too. Easy to punish though, so you don't really have a problem here. I also tested out against Man-Thing. For some reason, Man-Thing doesn't work. He gets like passive Furies every time you hit him, like some very small ones, but they don't trigger the node, at least when I did it in the friendlies. Don't know why, but it is what it is. Mongo gets Fury if he goes to the 10 charges, I believe the Hatred. So he also goes unstoppable, so there could be some crazy combinations here with unstoppable and blockable. So keep that in mind. Mongo might not be the most straightforward defender to fight. White Tiger also gets Furies, but again, you can easily punish the specials. I don't think you're going to have an issue there. I just want to mention like champions with Furies here so you can see. And then from the Science class, we have Mr. Count Nefaria. So he gets Furies on the special too, but again, it's kind of easy specials to punish, so you probably won't have an issue for Nefaria. Thing could be a tricky one. He gets those passive Furies. I don't know if it works. I think it works if he throws like a special while 15 stacks. He gets like Fury effects, and they should count for this node. But again, Thing is one of those defenders like Deathless Thanos where he has Unstoppable in his kit, and the grid passive could actually, you know, make it easier to fight him in this meta. So yeah. Sentry also has some Furies, but easy specials to punish, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. Deathless King Groot, and King Groot, they do have Furies in their kit, but their special one is like with the best special you want to bait, and it's easily punishable. So I don't think they are going to be a problem. OG Thor, bro, surprisingly, he might be a top defender because he has a 10% chance to get a Fury every time you hit him. Now, if this procs twice, he's gonna go unstoppable and unblockable. So get your OG Thors in the deck, guys. Like, he is actually going to be good. And then wait, Drax gains a Fury on his special attacks. Hey, you can punish them, but like, I'm not gonna say put your Drax in, but maybe. But seriously, Gore is going to be a pain for some people. I'm trying to find him here. I'm new to this website, so I just don't know where they are. But I mean, yeah, Gore, he gets Furies on the special too. If you get clipped, you can't punish it, obviously, and sometimes you do get clipped on the special, so keep that in mind. Like, Gore might be a bit of a problem. I'm sure this guy is going to be a problem. Found him. There he is. So if you bait this guy's special 2, he turns his armors into Furies. You can't punch that special 2, so he's going to be a staller for sure. And again, if you can't punch the special 2, you don't really want to, you know, throw the same special attack, because he's going to get Furies from the node as well. And then lastly, we have Odin. He starts with Furies, so he does go unstoppable for 5 seconds. But here's another one that is going to be top tier defender. Basically as good as like Aegon or Medusa. Somewhat. And this is Howard. Every time you stun this guy, he procs Furies. And he procs multiple Furies in one stun. Which means if you parry stun this guy, he immediately goes unstoppable and unblockable for 5 seconds. So you have to fight Howard like he's stun immune. Never parry him. Now you can punish the special one, but be careful. Just with that beginning parry, you don't want to do it against Howard. It's going to be a problem. Now, let's talk about some champions that are going to be good attackers. And I'm talking like champions that like you really need to go for like one special 1 or a special 2 rotation or special 2 special 1. So let me start this here. So we have a Dazzler. You go for special 1, special 2. It's pretty much game over for anyone. Now there's another one that I think could work that is tricky, and that is Mr. Sinister. You usually spam special 1s with this guy, but also this guy has the ability to block unblockable specials. If the opponent goes unblockable, then it's like really tough special attacks. You can just block it. So you could go for spam special 1s, you could go for a special 1 and a special 2. I think Sinister is going to work, but he's not going to be as straightforward as he is like in any other meta. Now, obviously, we have Mr. Onslaught here, which, you know, SP1, SP2, and then if the opponent needs another special 1, they die, so he doesn't really struggle in this meta at all. There's also Sunspot, which, if you want to use him, you have to go for a special 1 and then a special 2. You don't want to go for multiple special 1s, just to be safe. Now, moving on to the skill class, there's some very good champions for this class that you need to have. So we're talking like Shang-Chi, immediate access to slow. He can handle Medusa, he can handle Aegon, and even Howard if you want to stun. So those are going to be like the top tier defenders, I'm not going to lie. Or maybe like even Hulk, he can handle Hulk, Titania. Very useful. Another insanely useful champion, Valkyrie. Because most of those champions, they trigger their Fury effects when they get struck, like Aegon. Or like Howard, but you can build up your combo meter by hitting their block. Now, some of that she's not going to work for is unfortunately Medusa, because she just procs them. You can't really use Valkyrie for Medusa. It is going to be difficult unless you can do 10 hits in the first 3 seconds of the fight, which is possible, but you need like some crazy aggressive AI. So I guess it is possible, just not really the easiest thing to do. You can also use Kate Bishop. If you go for the special 2 rotation, you don't really want to go for 2 special 1s this time, because again, they get that Fury. If you want to use Hit Monkey, he can probably work because he has 1 special 2 and done, most likely, especially a 7-star. Silver Sable also is very good for this. You go for a special 1 and a special 2. You don't have to throw back-to-back specials. You could also use Black Panther here. You know, you only use like one special 2 and the fight is over. And moving on to the Science class. So the Science class, he has some good champions here, like She-Hulk. The OG She-Hulk, she has a slow in her heavy attack, which is huge. Now again, you won't be able to use this on Aegon because he has that slow, or sorry, he has the class advantage on you. Slow doesn't work, but you can use this for Medusa or Howard. So again, the most important champions are the ones that have immediate access to slow for like those very difficult defenders. You can also use Mr. Captain here, or sorry, Mr. Falcon here, which if he's awakened, he starts with a slow on the opponent, and every time you bait a special, you basically get another slow. It's almost like impossible to not have a slow on the opponent with him, so he is very strong. You can also get Silk, sorry, this is not Silk. You can use Silk. She has slow in her heavy attack and the awaken ability if the opponent is the corner, and then also Spider-Gwen, a immediate slow with a heavy attack. Moving on to the tech class, we have Mr. Guardian. He can work with one special one. Where is he? With one special 2. Very, very simple for him. We have Mr. Iron Man. You can go for special 2 and then one special 1 to end of the fight. That's basically what you need to do with him, so he works. Ironheart is another special 1, special 2 champion, so she 100% works. There is also Nimrod. Nimrod is another special 1, special 2 champion that will work. And then we have a ton here, man. The tech class has a lot of champions that want one special 1 to ramp up and the special 2 to just detonate. Penny Parker is one of them. Red Skull is one of them. There's so many. Yeah, Red Skull is one of them. Shocker also kills with a special 1, special 2. I'm really struggling to find them because this new website. Shocker, and then lastly, you can also try Stark Spidey. Basically doesn't need any special, so that works too. Now from the Cosmic class, we have Mr. Hulkling. 1 special 2, fight is over. You can try to use Deathless Thanos with like 1 special 1, but I wouldn't really use him a lot because he's going to be, he might make the fight harder than it is going to be. And then there's also Medusa and Mrs. Scream. They are 1 special 1, special 2 champions. Medusa sometimes doesn't even need the special 2. And then lastly, we are going to go for the Mystic class, which we have an obvious nuke, which that is going to be Juggernaut, 1 special 2 and done. And then we have Kushala. So Kushala, you know, you might be slower because you can't really spam the special 1s, but you can go special 1, special 2, or special 2, special 1. Fight is going to be simple. Also, you can block unblockables, which might be really interesting. And then lastly, Spiral. She is a special 1, special 2 champion, and that is it. So yeah, man, like I feel like this meta, it could be interesting. I don't know how interesting it's gonna be because it's a very specific node, but again, look out for those defenders that start with Furies. Aegon is going to be, I think he's gonna be really good. Medusa is insanely strong. Hulk is going to be very annoying as well. And there was another one that I forgot. Howard the Duck. Yeah, Howard the Duck might be an issue as well. And now there's someone that I'm just looking here, and that is Mordo. So if Mordo charges a heavy attack, he can also mess you up with some Furies because he's gonna go so. Yeah, he can actually be a bit of a problem. But again, easily punchable specials might fix that problem. So yeah, guys, hopefully this meta is going to be fun. And yeah, I hope this helped you build up a good deck. I'm going to try to do my best, and yeah, good luck. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.